found not Shadow, but it looks like a male leopard. It's a young male leopard. I think this is Hosana. Now, he has come into this area. Now, he's been doing this a lot recently. This young leopard has been very clever, actually. The other day, he stole a kill from another female leopard, Tandi. And now he's come into this area and possibly chased off Shadow. I haven't seen her yet, and we've got a clan of hyena here, like 5 hyena. Busy lying under the tree, waiting for a morsel to be dropped. That looks like a very, very chubby leopard. He looks very, very full. Look at that. Oh, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. And I think he'll stay up there with his hyena around. Here we go, he's moving. Oh, it's a beautiful view. Look at him. He's resting his head on the branch. It's like a perfect little spot. Okay, that is very cute, isn't it? Well, look at that. Started off as a quieter morning, and now things are happening for us. I'm just going to call this in quickly, just to let the other guides know. Stations we've located on a young male leopard, just in that same position that Shadow was in yesterday. And it appears as if he's stolen this knock from her. Also a clan of 5 underneath a tree. Just myself here at the moment. It's such a wonderful view of him. But you see, he'll be cautious now coming down, because as he comes down, you know what, the hyena will just probably chase him and he'll have to run away, but I don't think they'll harm him. He'll get away from them. There's one hyena right under the tree. Alright, well, let's go across to Taylor, who Megan says is driving in the golden sunrise of Djuma. I doubt that. Well, she's in the Mara. Let's go see what she's up to. Oh dear, well, it sounds like Taylor's got some technical issues there, but don't worry. Now we've got something to show you. Just calling one of the other guides in so they can also enjoy the sighting. But again, look at it, the agility, walking around. There's not much left of that kill. Now let's see, is he going to come down? He's watching the hyena. The hyena hardly blinked. They didn't move. Oh, he's coming right past us. Hold on. But that belly is very, very full. Oh, that's not very nice of you. Right next to us. There's a beautiful young male leopard, this. Let me just quickly give another update. Good morning, Henry. We've got Hosana in that position where Shadow was yesterday. He's just climbed down from the marula. There's also about 5 hyena around here. Andrew's going to be joining me shortly, so just the 2 of us here. Okay, copy. We'll keep you updated. Hey, isn't this just so special? Also, look at that beautiful white tip on the tail. You can hear a Koki Franklin calling furiously close to us. But it just shows you how interesting this is. The hyenas aren't fazed by this leopard. Sorry, let me move out the way there. He's very close to us. And the leopard doesn't appear to be too fazed by the hyena. Now I wonder if he's going to climb back up into the tree. He's heading back there. If that hyena turns around, he may scramble up the tree quite quickly. See how he's crouching down. He's watching that hyena carefully. Hyena is quite a bit bigger than him, actually. Now he's just lying down there. Arya, you asked if this hyena could seriously harm him. Look, hyena are very powerful. And if they did manage to bite him, yes, they could cause some serious damage. But I think he'd be quick and agile and probably get away from them before they could cause any harm. Been very fortunate seeing interaction between hyena and leopards recently, and this is also very interesting. Young male leopard, a little bit more curious, possibly brave. You see how big this hyena is. But again, the hyena is more interested in seeing if there are bits and pieces of meat around. They're not interested in a leopard. Chilean, you say Hosana's being very nonchalant about these hyenas. He is to an extent. I mean, he jumped down. I honestly thought that perhaps one of the hyena at least would react to him jumping down, but they didn't. Not at all. And yeah, he doesn't seem too fazed by them. He's lying down just watching them. You see, also, it's probably more comfortable for him to lie down on the ground now with that big belly, that full stomach of his. I can hear baboons' alarm calling now, but right down south of us, so beyond our boundary, they're not on Djuma. Right, let's see, what is he going to do? It's interesting behavior. It's possibly just smelling around to see if there's any sign of more meat, or just picking up on the scent, possibly also of that female leopard that was here, but constantly watching the hyena. So he is cautious. This is interesting. He's now kind of slinking around. And now deciding to move off. Well, this is interesting. I don't know if he's decided he's had enough. You know, just having a look at that carcass now, there's just about skin left. There's nothing left, I think, for this leopard to feed on. Dr. Hyena, you asked how many of these hyena are here. There are 5 of them. Sorry, my voice went really high there for a second. There are 5 hyena. Yeah, don't know what that does. Sorry, everyone. There are 5 hyena here at the moment, lying under the tree, all out in the open actually now. Some guests just hold on a second, I'm just having a look. It sounds like Andrew has found Shadow too. Let's just have a look. I think they're also around here, or they're back that side. I just want to scan quickly. Let's watch those hyena. I'm just going to look around here. Maybe on the other side there.
Got into the tree or another leopard.
Oh, where about? Do you see? Look at that. Look at that. Well spotted. Yeah, there. I see her now. Well spotted, VM. So that's Shadow over there, and I think the little youngster is behind us somewhere. I can't see her now. I think she's behind us somewhere. I'm trying to have a look, but I can't see her. Let's look at this. There's a lot going on here now. There's hyena interaction. Young leopard there, but let's move ahead. Let's go and see. Hold on. Sorry. There's hyena now just interacting. You might have heard that shriek from the hyena. Okay, let's quickly move forward. Let's go and have a look. See how Shadow, that female leopard, reacts to this young male. I think he's over there. Can you see that? Oh, one hyena's being chased there now. Further back here?
Yeah, just here.
Hold on, let me move forward. Is that right? Alright, there we go. Well spotted. Yeah, so that's the little cub that's in the grass behind us. So Andrew spotted. Copy that, I can see her now. Thanks, Andrew. So Andrew spotted this little cub in the grass there. But we can see the female still up in the tree. Now, that's the tree we left her in yesterday. That's the same tree that she climbed into when we left her. I wonder if she's climbed down since then. Lovely view of her. Oh, hold on, let me just move forward. We'll get a view of her and Hosana. Hosana's still around here. The male, the young male, he's just off to my left. Oh, And he's up into a little tree too. There we go. Can you see him there? Look how agile he is. I don't know why he's climbing this little tree. Oh, there's a piece of meat there, that's why. Is it? Yeah. Maybe carried up there by the young leopard, the Shadow's cub, possibly. I don't know. Maybe Hosana, watch, let's see. It looks like he wants to jump to that other tree. No, he's coming back. But look at that, the agility on those little branches. Sure. Well, this has turned into an amazing sighting. 3 leopards now, 5 hyena. And Hosana is now walking up this little branch, or pushed over, fallen over tree. Let me move back a little bit for you, VM. You might get a better view through here. How's that? Maybe you can see the young male a bit clearer. There's Hosana. Wonderful. Feeding on bits and pieces, and then Shadow still up in the tree at the back there. There we go. She's watching him carefully. Amazing. Just amazing. He dropped whatever it was he was feeding on there. This is very interesting. So, as I said, while we were sitting, or when we got into the sighting with the young male, we saw him up in the tree. He was out in the open, very, very clear. And I said, I'm not sure where Shadow is, if she's still around. And it always, if there have been leopards in the area before, we've seen the last few days, it's always worth having a good look around, scanning the area, even driving around a little bit, just to see if they are still around, because the chances are they are. Now, where we were sitting, we actually couldn't see Shadow initially, and then when we moved, VM spotted her up in the tree. And Andrew spotted that little cub when he drove in to come join us. Now, some of you, sorry, I didn't even think of this, because I don't think it's in danger, but some of you are wondering if that cub is in danger. No, I don't think so, because this young male leopard, and this young male leopard is, well, he's young, and he's just interested in the food. He's not interested in cubs or anything like that, and this 10-month-old female, he might just be curious. Maybe there was a bit of interaction, but I don't think the cub's in any danger at all, not from Hosana at least. A hyena is approaching behind us. It's going to walk past, I think, just left of the vehicle. There it is. This is awesome. Hosana moved behind that termite mound, but I think he's... Oh, there he is. He's coming back to have a look. It looks like he's just he's exploring a little bit, or having a good look around here. There seems to be pieces of meat all over the show. We know Shadow last night, she took a little piece and put it in that tree where she is now. I don't know if it's still there. I doubt it. It was a small little piece. It's hyenas looking around, I think more curious than anything else. Wants to know if maybe this young leopard has possibly found more meat and has put it somewhere. That's Hosana again, still moving around here. It's amazing, just about every direction we point the camera, there's something to look at. A hyena, young male leopard, female leopard in a tree, young female leopard, cub, 10-month-old cub. You can hear the hyena interacting a little bit, soft little calls coming from them. This is such a great sighting. Okay, I think I'm going to sit here and spend some time here this morning, see what unfolds. Let's go across to Jamie in the Mara and see what she's up to. It is indeed, Scott. It's a wonderful, wonderful sighting, and I know you'd love this sighting just as much. Now, this is Shadow, that female leopard, beautiful female leopard up in the tree at the moment. And she's got her eyes on Hosana, I think. He's behind us. We can't see him from where we are at the moment. He's kind of just behind a termite mound. She's just, I suppose, enjoying the view. She's watching the young male leopard move around. She's watching a hyena move around. She's got a perfect spot there. Also a very, very full belly. So I'm very glad all these leopards got to feed on this kill. I don't know what this weather wants to do. I was hoping this cloud cover would lift a little bit, or the mist, but it's still a lot of moisture around, and we get a few drops every now and then it stops, and then it comes back again. You can see that very grey sky behind this female leopard. But have a look, she's chosen one of the only marulas here that's got some green leaves already. So it's a beautiful picture. Oh, wow. Little yawn. Oh, Laura Moore, he said, such a pretty picture it is. It is. This would also be wonderful for photographers. Lovely, clear, open tree, and nice composition, I think, just to this whole big tree and leopard up on the big branch. again, it's peaceful now. It's settled down a bit. The hyena chased each other once or twice. So they end up. Those hyenas chased each other once or twice, looking for some bits and pieces of food. But then they settle down again, and the leopards have all settled down. So very peaceful sighting. Now I didn't do it. You were asking how long a scent marking can last. It all depends. It all depends really. And now the thing is, it'll depend on weather like this. For example, if it rains and washes that scent away, then the leopards often will move around their territory and scent mark again after big storms. It's hard. I would say at least a week and a half probably, that scent is still quite strong. But I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure. You can see she's resting very nicely up in that tree. I'm just trying to see where that young male is, Hosana. I can't see him. I think he's still behind this termite mound, somewhere behind us, but I can't see him from where we're sitting at the moment. I think he might be at the back there somewhere. We'll have a look again just now. I don't know if we might have to go and put our roof on because of this rain. It's now getting a bit heavier than it was. So what turned out just to be mist is now turning into a bit of a drizzle. Now I'm quite jealous. It sounds like Jamie has found one of the animals that we've been looking for. She's got a large pachyderm she'd like to show you. Lamara now. Now we just got back into the sighting. Everyone hold on, I'm just trying to reposition. And there seems to be a bit of hyena activity around here at the base of this tree. But Shadow is still up there. Hold on, Vim, is this out your way? Is that okay? Perfect. There's a little gap in the roof. So we've had to put our roof on just because of the weather. And there's been a change. Now these hyenas are still hanging around, still looking for bits and pieces of food. I see. There's 1, 2, 3 hyena, 4. I think there's still the 5 hyena around here, and you can see Hosana is. You can just see in the top right, left-hand corner. You can see Hosana there on the termite mound. That young male leopard. I haven't seen any sign of Shadow's cub again. I think it's just hiding at the back there, trying to stay out of the way of all these hyena and leopards. There's a lot going on here. See his hyena running up and down, looking for food. Let's see, just keep watching Hosana. Yep. He's going up the termite mound. Now that's interesting because the one hyena started walking towards him. So he obviously didn't enjoy that very much. You see, he's very cautious. I mean, the young male leopard doesn't want to be injured by a hyena. And I think they're more interested in seeing if he's got food hidden anyway. So that's why they're walking backwards and forwards and sniffing around and looking, hanging around under the trees. So Chemex, you're asking if the hyenas can climb? No, they can't. They can't, not at all. hyenas cannot climb trees. So that's why the leopards are very clever in hoisting their kills into trees, keeping it out of reach of the hyena. And you see this more experienced leopard, Shadow, is up in the tree at the moment. She's resting up there. She's got nothing to worry about now while she's up there. Nothing will bother her. Might see one or two other vehicles around here also joined us in the sighting. It's always great for tourists to come out and enjoy sightings like this firsthand, up close and personal. For those of you who have only joined us now, don't forget we are live. You can send us your questions, #SafariLive, via Twitter. And this sighting has been going on for a while. We've had a wonderful morning. Drove around for the first, I'd say 45 minutes to an hour, seeing very little. It's been overcast and raining slightly. And then we came to have a look what was going on with the sighting of Shadow. She made an impala kill yesterday. Her and a cub were feeding on it. Hyena stole it from her. She stole it back, hoisted it in a tree. When we got here this morning, there was a young male leopard up in the tree, and it was Hosana. And he seems to be doing this quite regularly, kind of scavenging, and it's clever. Male leopards actually do that quite often. They scavenge off kills from females, chase them off. It's an easy meal for them. And he was up in the tree feeding, then he came down, and Shadow is up in another tree resting, just staying away from the hyena. And the cub she left a little bit behind us. We'll try to find it for you a little bit later, see if we can get a view of it. Always nice to see that little cub. Roshni, you asked how much bigger can Hosana get? Well, he'll still get much bigger. I would say he'll probably reach his full adult size at the age of about 4 years old, 4, maybe 5 years old. There he goes. He's been walking around, but look how big his belly is. So, Roshni, it's hard to describe to you how much bigger he would get. I'd say another 20% larger, maybe, if you can get an idea of that. I would say 10 to 20% larger. So Hyena seems to have found something and is crunching on. Is it just a piece of stick or... Powerful jaws. Mr. P, you asked if I'd rather be a leopard or a hyena. There's actually a lovely view now of Shadow over my shoulders. She's lifted her head a bit. Mr. P, I'd much rather be a leopard, to be honest. Hyena are interesting animals and fascinating, actually. But I would rather be a leopard. There we go. Beautiful view of her face. You can see she's still just watching around, keeping an eye on these hyena, seeing what is going on. And look, she's got a little piece there.
Why she took the piece back, because she knows.
So she found a little piece of the carcass to feed on. Look at that. Not much there. I don't know what part it is. Looks just like a little bone that she's chewing on there. I know some of you are still wondering where that little cub is. As I said, it's behind us somewhere. It's been hiding. It is still around. I'll try to find it for you just shortly. I think let's just sit here for a while. There's no rush this morning, so we can spend the rest of the drive here if we'd like. Look at her sharp claws. You can see her holding on that tree and that piece of carcass. And Hyenas got something in his... I think that's a piece of meat that Hosana had earlier, or a piece of bone. That's what that Hyena's chewing on now. His powerful jaws crunching the bones. Mr. P, you said, well, seeing as a leopard is, well, I would prefer to be a leopard, what would be my favorite kill or preferred kill? I wonder. Look, I think these impala are pretty tasty. Impala, maybe a warthog. Warthog and impala, I would say. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Kudu, maybe a young kudu. Don't judge me, but kudus are very tasty. We've had so much going on this last week. You know, I've had wonderful sightings with all of you on Safari Live. We had that male lion up in the tree. We had Tingana. We had yesterday we had a wonderful sighting with Shadow and a cub. And this morning again now 3 leopards. We had Tundi the other day up in a tree. There's been so many great sightings. Jamal, you asked if hyenas are friendly with humans. No, well, no, you know, don't forget these are wild animals, Jamal. Can't say they're friendly or not friendly. They're wild animals. Hyenas would choose to run away. If I had to run at those hyenas now, they'd run away from us. They'd be afraid of us. They're curious at times. Hyenas come into camp, as some of you know. We've got to be very careful with the dustbins. They do come into camp from time to time, but if we do run out and make a noise, they run away. So I don't think you can say any animal is friendly towards humans, or wild animal at least. These animals tolerate us and they allow us to view them, but not a case of them being friendly towards us. Okay, well, let's go across now all the way back to the Mara, and Taylor's still sitting at the river, and I think she's got some big crocodiles she wants to show you. Let's go and see. Jamie, well, she still has a bit of a limp. We saw this leopard moving yesterday, and she still has a bit of a limp. But she seems to be fine. I mean, she's still hunting. She's nice and full at the moment. They fed a lot. I just did a little bit of a loop to have a look for that cub. I can't see it. We couldn't find it again. I think it's just hiding in the long grass there somewhere. It is around. Nothing happened to the cub, but just can't see it. I mean, these little cubs can hide very, very well when they want to. And this female definitely isn't phased. I also don't know where Hosana disappeared to. And such a beautiful pose though by Shadow up in that marula tree. She's just keeping an eye on the hyena. Every now and then she opens her eyes and watches them. There's still a few of them moving around. Looks like still 5 hyena around here. They're just waiting for any sign of food, but I think also it's nice and cool, so they're just deciding to stay in this area and wait. But there's very little left of any carcass, or of that carcass that Hosana and Shadow and a cub fed on. But there seem to be bits and pieces of carcass spread out. Randy, now you're asking what is the bite strength of these hyena compared to something like an alligator or crocodile. So I can't remember the exact measurements. And I stand to correction. I think a crocodile was close to a ton force per square centimeter or something like that. I think it was somewhere around there. Very, very powerful bite force. More powerful than hyena, obviously. Hyena is definitely more powerful than leopard or lion, but I can't remember exactly what the... I mean, these are measurements that have been done by experiments, and I don't know how accurate they are, but it was a few hundred pounds per square inch or something that the hyena has. Also very, very powerful bite. As I said, definitely more powerful than that of a lion or leopard. However, I wouldn't like to be bitten by any of these animals. But hyena, they're known to be the bone crunchers of the bush, I suppose, because you often hear them when they are feeding on carcasses, crunching through those bones, breaking the bones. See, this hyena is smelling that branch there now. And that's because that's where Hosana was lying earlier. He had a little piece of meat there. He was lying on that branch, so that's possibly why that hyena's smelling it right now. Now, Roshni, you were commenting about the bite force of a hyena, and you said somewhere around 1,000 psi. I can't even remember what does psi stand for, but that's pounds square inch. 1,000, yeah, pounds per square inch. 1,000 pounds per square inch. Then I wonder what a crocodile is. A crocodile must be way more than that. Okay, well, Jared in the final control, our tech guy. Actually, you know what, I can't even remember if we've welcomed Jared and Ashley properly to the Djuma team. Jared, Ashley, welcome. I'm sure Tristan would have mentioned it too, but they've come down. Jared was helping out in the Mara, and he's now here at Djuma helping us. So we've got a tech guy. Yay, yay. We're so happy. So Jared and Ashley have joined us, and Jared apparently just Googled it quickly. He says a crocodile is about 3,700 pounds per square inch. So as I said, much more than a hyena. So that's a lot more. Immense bite force. Thanks, Henry. Take care. Enjoy. Some of the other landowners and that enjoy these sightings with us. And a lot of them watch Safari Live too when they're not here, which is great. So they kind of know what's going on with the animals when they get out here. They said they're going to go stop for coffee. I'm a bit jealous. I didn't have my coffee with me. I don't know, these early mornings now, it feels almost like it's too early for coffee. So I'll wait until I get back to camp. Have a cup of coffee. Oh, lovely view of her face there again. There's just something about watching a leopard in a tree. This is, the perfect leopard sighting, I suppose you could say. A leopard straddled over a big branch like this. Still looking around. She's still watching the hyena. She's possibly looking to see where Hosana went. I don't know where he has disappeared to. Can't see where he's gone. She's just keeping a watchful eye on this whole scene at the moment. Roshni, I wouldn't say there's a big difference between the purpose of scent marking between female leopards and male leopards. Now, the main reason is territory. So the scent marking is to mark territory, to let other leopards know this is their territory and they should stay out. The difference is, or the difference comes into it when it's mating time. And the reason for that is because with leopards, as you know, the females are the ones that instigate the mating, not the males. So males just have big territories. They've got huge areas that they, I'm terribly sorry. And they've got huge areas that they patrol and scent mark. And then what happens is when the females are looking for a potential mate or coming to estrus, they will go and have a look around for that dominant male. So they'll pick up on his scent and go and look for him, find him, and present themselves for mating. So it is a bit different. So actually there isn't a major difference between the purpose of scent marking for male or females. Both are provide the same purpose, and that's to mark their territory. That's the main reason. But then of course the females will use the male scent to find them. And vice versa. Males also just curious what females are moving through their territory or what other leopards are around. It's a lovely picture. I know some photographers that would really be enjoying this sighting right now. Nice open marula tree, no branches in front of her face. So perfect for taking pictures. Now this is quite interesting. Now, just as soon as some hyena activity again. They're running around again. Let's just have a look. They've just run off. Now, these hyena, you never know why they do it. Sometimes they just pick up on the scent of something, or they hear something and they just run away. I don't know what's going on. And here is a fun fact. Jared Googled a little bit more in the final control. Obviously our technical issues out here are great and are fixed, so Jared has time to Google. Jared says that apparently the jaguar has the strongest bite force out of the big cats, and it comes in at about 2,000 psi, 2,000 pounds per square inch. Now that is a powerful bite force. Obviously, I'm amazed at that it's more powerful than a hyena. But then again, jaguar is a big cat, and if you think of how powerful a leopard is, a male leopard that weighs around, call it 80 kilograms, 70 to 80 kilograms, a big male leopard, how strong and powerful they are, hoisting impala males up into trees. And think of a jaguar that's twice that size, about the size of a lioness, 160, 170 kilograms. You can imagine how big that cat is, how powerful that cat is, and its jaw strength. Now I've seen videos, video footage of the jaguars catching the caiman. Now that is the species of crocodile found in South America, and the jaguars jump into the water from time to time and they catch caiman, which is, that can't be very easy prey to catch. So it gives you an idea of how powerful they are. Gregory, you say what a supreme cat this female is. Yeah, she's a wonderful leopard. But I always say I've never ever heard anybody see a leopard and go, oh, this is an ugly leopard. Every leopard's beautiful. I think Hosana is lying in the grass there somewhere, and the only reason I say that, I can't see him, but the other vehicle moved over there and I can see them taking pictures, so I assume he is hiding in there somewhere. Caro, you say this is such a good picture, it should be on a leopard calendar. Yeah, I suppose so. Now, maybe a little hint for pictures like this, for taking pictures like this, depending on what camera you have when you come out on safari, but most of the SLRs and these could you say fancy camera, where you've got to change the settings, and different settings you could use for this, because you've got such a bright background, that slightly overcast and bright background. What does help sometimes from time to time is if you change the exposure, so you're overexposing a little bit. Also, because the light isn't great, you might have to push up the ISO. Now, some of this terminology you all might be confused with, but this is purely for people who are into photography, and if you are learning about photography. So the one thing is, you could probably increase the f-stop a little bit, because you want a lot more in focus. So an f-stop of about 8 or 9, give you a nice depth of field. Then ISO, I would put it on about I mean, it's fairly bright. You could have it on 800 or 1200, just to make sure you get the clarity that you want. And so the lower the light, the higher the ISO. And then maybe just overexpose slightly to compensate for that bright background. You should get a really nice picture. Okay, well, I'm going to sit here a little bit longer. I'm enjoying this tremendously. Let's go across to Taylor and find out how her morning in the Mara is going. Sounds like we've lost Taylor there for a second. Now Sebastian and Taylor are asking how it's going, and Sebastian asked if my eyes are better with the glasses. He was quite shocked to see me wearing glasses. Sebastian, don't need them at the moment. Like I said, I think my eyes were just sore the other day from all those allergies I had. And Taylor said I was just wearing them to look cool. I don't know. Do you think I looked cool, Taylor?
You look a lot smarter with them.
Ah, thanks. Liam says I looked a lot smarter with the glasses on. Well, that's what I was going for, actually. Not to look cool, just to look smarter. Yeah, but my eyes are feeling better now. So, like I say, I mainly use them for driving at night in the city, or early mornings, like when I leave to come up to Djuma. I usually put my glasses on because often a bit of mist and stuff like that. It definitely does make a bit of a difference. But my eyes aren't that bad. Not just yet. Maybe it's age creeping in on me, or creeping up on me. I think James would agree with me. Although I always say if I can still play rugby, then I'm not that old. I've actually got a match on the 28th. Going to be playing some rugby. Well, this is such a peaceful sighting. It really has calmed down a lot. The leopard's still enjoying this tree and resting. As I said, I'm going to spend some more time here. Jamie's still wandering around. I'm not sure why she's so curious about this injured buffalo. But let's go find out how her search is going. Now Shadow just climbed down the tree. Let's have a look what she's up to. I wonder why. I'm curious to see if she decides to go and look for that cub. Look at that, the sun is now starting to come out. We were saying, and I was saying, if you want the rain to disappear, put the roof on, and then the rain goes away. Typical. Now I'm just watching. Hosana is now sneaking up. There he comes through there. Oh, I don't know. I think he's playing with fire, trying to follow an experienced older leopard. I'm not sure if Shadow will tolerate it. Curious. I think all he's doing is he's possibly coming to have a look and see if she left some food behind. He's watching her closely. He might go and inspect the tree. Oh no, he's following her. Look at that, he's kind of stalking, trying to follow. This is interesting behavior. I don't know why he's doing this. I don't know. I think he's wondering about a kill, or potentially more food. It's a lovely view of him. So let's see what happens here. I can still see Shadow. She's just moving off, basically in the direction of where that kill was. Oh, now you see, now Hosana's changed his mind. I think he's going to go and investigate this tree where she was. Let's see. Maybe we're lucky and he decides to climb up for us. I can still see Shadow just moving back towards that other tree. Okay, let's keep an eye on Hosana. Watch. I've got a feeling he might jump up there. It's almost like he wants to make sure. There we go. Wonderful. Wonderful. Look at that. My feeling was right. See, and I think it's just because she was up there, so he wants to investigate, have a look if there's any food. And he's picking up on a scent. Look at that pose. That's beautiful. Wiem, is this pulling your way a little bit? Shall I just turn the vehicle slightly?
Yep.
There we go. Is that better? Yeah, much better. Much better. And I just caught a glimpse now of Shadow. She's up in the other tree where that kill was. I think she's just seeing if there's anything left there. I don't think we'll get her from here. I'll reposition again, but this is such a nice... I mean, we've seen Shadow in a tree for a while. It's nice to see Hosana back up in the tree, and look at that full belly hanging down. Reminds me of myself after a Christmas lunch. Anna Marie, you asked if I was in a bushwalk and we found a leopard in a tree like this, what would I do? So Anna Marie, I'd stop and see how the leopard reacts firstly. So stand still, see how the leopard reacts. Chances are the leopard would possibly climb down and move off. However, then I would try and enjoy the sighting a little bit on foot. Just get the guests together, be very quiet, keep our voices down. Watch a leopard for a while and then say, okay, right, let's move out, and then just back out slowly so that the leopard doesn't react to us. This is going to be a great photographic opportunity. I'm itching at the moment. The photographer in me is coming out, because this is so beautiful having this leopard up in the tree, and then I think when he comes down, I'm going to have lovely images of him coming down. We can link to Taylor and then I can take pictures. No, I'm just joking. I'll never do that. I'd like to show you this leopard coming down the tree, because I think he'll probably take a few steps and then leap the last meter or two. It's generally what these big cats do, or the leopards in particular. But this has been a photographer's dream. Asman, now you've asked which cat has the best hunting success. look, if you look at between lion and leopard, it would be leopard. I think the percentage is a little bit more with leopard, their success rate. Lions, I think their success rate is only around 30%, which is not very high, and I think leopard's a little bit more at like 40%. I'm trying to think what other cats. Cheetah's probably got quite a high success rate. Maybe actually a cheetah, because cheetah rely on their speed. It's like this leopard doesn't know how he wants to lie. He can't get comfortable. You know, I must be honest. I haven't seen cheetah hunting that often, and maybe some of the guides in the Mara that have been viewing a lot of the cheetah, Scott might be a good one to ask. I know he's been seeing a lot of cheetah up in the Mara, and just find out how successful they are there with their hunting. I think they are quite good. Speaking of cheetah hunting, I need to vent a little bit about something, because I always get quite irritated with videos that are posted on social media that claim to be one thing that really aren't. Now, I saw a video clip, and it was how the caption was "Baboons chase cheetah" or "Save impala from cheetah." Firstly, the image they had on the cover of the video was a leopard catching an impala, and they photoshopped a baboon in, so that was wrong, firstly. Then they started off by filming a cheetah hunting Thompson's gazelle in the Masai Mara, so that was wrong. And they then eventually put in footage of a cheetah chasing impala, probably down in southern Africa, where the cheetah then caught an impala. Then they had a troop of baboons come running through, and they switched that footage about 3 or 4 times with different baboons throughout Africa, not even the same baboons. They then had the one troop of baboons go back to that cheetah that did catch the impala, and they did mob the cheetah, and purely because it's a predator, not because they were trying to save the impala or anything. And the cheetah, being a cheetah, they're not very aggressive animals, and they get chased away by just about any other animal. The cheetah got up and ran off. There's a hyena now underneath the tree. But that entire video just painted an incorrect picture for people that watch it, and it is very upsetting. I really don't enjoy it. These edited videos, and they add different footage from different sightings just to try get views on social media, I think is very incorrect. Alright, well, we're going to sit here for a little while longer. Let's go across to Taylor, and she's got some elephant that she would like to show you. Thank you, Taylor. Yeah, it has been an amazing morning. It's been a wonderful morning. Hope you've all enjoyed it as much as we have. We've had so much activity. First found Hosana, this male leopard, up in the tree with a kill that Shadow made. She has now climbed up back on the other tree. There's been hyena interaction with these leopards. So there's been a lot going on here. I'm not sure if these leopards will still be here this afternoon. I think Tristan will be out on drive, and almost certainly will come and investigate and have a look for you. Beautiful hornbill in the background there. Justin, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the drive. Thank you very much. It was great. It really has been a wonderful morning. So we'll see you again this afternoon on our sunset safari. Thank you to the team in the Mara, of course. Hopefully all the tech issues are sorted out now. And of course, Megan in FC and Jared, our tech guy. VM on camera. Thanks, VM. It's been great. VM's done an outstanding job this morning. And of course, to our leopards. So we will see you all later. Have a wonderful day wherever you are around the world. Goodbye, everyone.